I see one path to victory for the Sooners here, and it kind of builds on what you said there, Fresh. Oklahoma is one of the top run defenses in the SEC and one of the better ones in the country. If they can completely just stop that Alabama run game, it's over for it. It can really get kind of hairy for them. The other is the flip side of that is run defense has been a good bend don't break type of run defense, but it hasn't been the elite Alabama run defense that we're used to in the years. I was sitting there thinking back to this Fresh, and I looked up a couple of quick stats there. I looked up, okay, how did Alabama do stopping the run against Missouri as a pretty decent running back? Georgia has a good set of running backs there. How did they do against in those two games? And I was like, oh, okay, they gave up quite a bit of yardage. Yeah, there's some things there that don't look the great. The yards per carry was a little bit of the concerning thing, especially in the Missouri game. Like Bo Perdilia, if I can ever say his name correctly, was averaging like 6 yards a carry before he started really struggling there. And then I looked at Alabama on the season. 139 yards per game on the ground and is that what that run defense is giving up. Florida and Kentucky have better run defenses than the Alabama Crimson Tide right now. That means that if Oklahoma can kind of, again, just frustrate the Tide's offense, and you can run and shorten the game and then put points on the scoreboard, granted, yeah, touchdowns, not field goals here in this one, you could walk out of Tuscaloosa and maybe pull off the upset. I will say this, it can make Alabama very uncomfortable, but it all comes down to whether or not Oklahoma can stop the run and can Alabama stop the run, or is Oklahoma going to use who they have? Now, I know Blaylock is hurt right now. He didn't play very much in that Tennessee game. I think he had one carry with there. Xavier Robinson was the main back, and we do know what Mateer can do with his legs. But that's really it in my eyes. I don't think it's going to be a passing attack. But Alabama, I'm going to say, wins this football game. I see why Vegas has this less than a touchdown game, though.
I mean, this is the Alabama hasn't blown people out. I think that also lingers. They don't have they've fought through. They've had hard foot games, but they have not won like games like 20, being by 20 plus points. And it's a different Alabama football team that they're resilient. But if Brett Venables has done it before, but he did it when he was at Clemson. Obviously, completely different coaching staff in Alabama. But Brett Venables somehow has had success with Alabama in the team itself, regardless of coaching staff. Interesting to see what he concocts and what he brings after this entire Kalen DeBoer offense and led football team. What disguises did he bring for Ty Simpson? Because if he can sort of get him going and that running game for Oklahoma starts churning, that does
Right.
create lack of possessions and some consternation for that Alabama offense to fight back and maybe start throwing up some passes in desperation. Turnover sort of spike from there, but I still think Alabama wins.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I said this is the only path to victory I saw right there.
Yeah, you have to be perfect in every element of the
You
game.
really do.